Hello, I would like to express my the best wishes for organization committee of this event and for Georgia people for this warm welcome. It's my first visit to Georgia, so thank you. Thank to the committee for this great event. And I would like to excuse, I will continue in Russia if no objection. Спасибо.
The cooperation partner TISU Germany company, which is a leading company in certification and management system. I also represent my colleagues from IMES Management Company, which is a local branch in Georgia. So any questions you may have with management system certification, with management at large, you may direct your questions to us or here to our representatives in Georgia who represent our group. My presentation is going to be on effective the organizational objectives so that a company can generate income they expect to, so that their work is appreciated, and for that we have in world standard widely known iOS standard 9001, which give us the best practices to obtain best outcomes in the best way. So no enterprise in the world can operate without technologies, without IT, which includes everything: computers, telephones, and information exchange. There are several directions on both management as well, management of idea and security. And today's session is dedicated to threats and security issues that exist in the world in any way, whether or not we want or ignore it. So that's why there are two tasks in any industry or any enterprise related to IT. This is IT management services and management of security of these IT systems or this information that is possessed by any organization. So I will talk about both standards. Both standards are based on ISO 9000 standards, and this is a security, providing a security at any enterprise which enables both management and executor the mechanism of well operation, well delivery of services within a company and for companies. By correct delivery we mean functional. ISO 2000 is a global standard that describes the requirements of information technology services management, and we also have a manual of best practices. ISO 2000 standard is like compiling the best practices described within the IT infrastructure in terms of obtaining effectiveness and efficiency. And in addition to that, any enterprise can gain the most effective indicators in IT management by effective distribution of resources to obtain those goals of the company. So it comprises of different layers. It's ISO 2000 or 20001 specification, and Then we see like spread of other things like code of best practices, ITL and COBIT.Visaki, and other standards that could be utilized, as well as a basis for your IT team operation. It's a compilation of rules that you'd establish. Those are related with the specifications in the first place, described in the first. So objectives of IT are established. They coincide with businesses' aims, and thus we achieve the most effective planning and management, and in this case we say that this is in compliance with ISO standards and its certification. Next standard is ISO 27001, is a specification for an information security management system, and this is the most valuable system in the modern world. The third session of our today's event is related to security issues, prevention from stealing information, unauthorized access, and all this is based on ISO 27001, and that enables the head of the unit or any manager in charge of the security to build effective system enabling saving and establishing risks that can exist within an enterprise. We need to also complement this with the following. So management's confirmed to be management system is actually based on the risks. This is a cornerstone of and a starting point for decision making for further development. We have direct parallels in IT management, and that's why these two standards are looked through together, and how can we merge them and use them in our industry or enterprise. Risk management or assessment will enable us to see where we need to improve. There is another important step, analysis of information that we have before we start risk assessment and start working with threats. Business should understand what is significant, what is the most significant for enterprise, what information needs to be protected in the first place, and what priorities are for understanding what is more important to us and what is less important, and how and where we should direct our efforts to protect assets of our enterprise. For obtaining effective management and quality and management and security, there is no need to do parallel processes. We may have one risk assessment and have one management approach, and this approach allows to assemble different processes in one integrated management system. It could be also relevant for other enterprises, other sectors. It's quite often when ISO 9000 and ISO 27000 and ISO 14000. This is a security of personnel. So when enterprises are based on IT, and IT is like a best instrument of their work, and they make the decision, they would normally make a decision to assemble or join this. So the processes are not supplemented, but just joined and consolidated. When we talk about IT risk, we talk about firewalls and monitoring systems, as well as other systems that we heard in presentations, in previous presentations. We all need this to protect the information that is critical for enterprise. So we can freely join two standards, and we will get the system which will be less expensive. We will get the system quite effective, which will tackle the external threats and will be effectively distributing budgets, saving sources, and will also provide for security of services that company provides to outside sources. So you will be able to increase your income and save some of your expenditures. Two systems are joined based on the principle of resemblance. So this is how this joint management system is described. ISO, on the left side is ISO 27000. On the right side, these are the standards ISO 20000, which coincide of the 27000. Based on the unification and based on this unified approach at the enterprise, we will be able to get the unified approach for policy development to management of the resources, IT resources, to educational program for training for personnel, and selecting of protective measures. It's going to be one unified system which enables us to provide the best possible services in terms of informational security, and that's why there's this one standard which is rather broader than. So by doing this, we will obtain the best and the most efficient system directed on effective resource management. Management system itself is a rather management system that could be used, but you can't touch it and you can't see it. And that's why the cornerstones of the principles like confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility you can't get just by managing this. In order to provide for overarching closing of issues related to risk analysis and threat analysis, we talked a lot about internal and external attacks and informational attack. For tackling these issues, both standards, 20,000 and 27,000 ISO standards, do not require any technical means. And this is a system of management of help desk, so-called, which should be in any enterprise, which is like a base prerequisite, and that allows prevention of loss. And the management system of that deals with monitoring of IT units and controlling information flow that do exist at the enterprise, unifying best practices, and we will be able to obtain full-scale protection on the management level, at the incorporation level in real life. That's what IT security component is all about. So all these procedures enable us to talk about security measures that should be effectively tackling all the attacks. This could be utilized for any enterprise, no matter whether it's public authority or private. So as long as you have full information for protection, and if you have an IT unit, so all the standards can be scaled there and utilized for use. If there's a need for, services, and so unifying all the systems and technologies, we may be able to obtain best solid business protected from external impacts and other possible negative developments. That was all. If you have questions, you can ask me now or during the break. Thank you.